Welcome to Meeple, uniting players around the world. A 30-minute exploration of PJ and Gareth's board game experiences from across both sides of the Atlantic. Each episode they share their thoughts and opinions on the world of board games, including their favourite themes, games, hot topics, and much, much more.
Hey guys, and welcome to episode 85, an Origins Game Fair preview. As always, I'm PJ. Today, as of this recording, is Father's Day, so Gareth's with his family. And after asking a few folks to join me in this conversation, it's Father's Day, so you're going to learn something about me. If you weren't already aware, is that I don't have any children, therefore I'm not a father. My father's no longer with us. He died a few years ago, so I'm on my own today, covering double duty for myself and Gareth. But we want to wish all of our fathers in the board gaming community a happy Father's Day, as it's both Father's Day here in the United States and the UK. So they lined up calendrically and perfectly. So anyway, this is great. I'm envisioning my audience today as most of you who will be on the road driving to Columbus, Ohio for Origins Game Fair, which is what we're going to talk about today, which was our intended topic for this episode nonetheless. So some of the things that we're looking forward to. I will be there this Friday. Should be there about 8 a.m. Get my badge, and it'll just be my wife and I. It'll be her first Origins, and we're just gonna explore the vendor hall. And we have an event scheduled, I think, at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. The only actual event we've scheduled is that we're going to learn to play Dabawala by Queen Games. And the exciting thing is it'll be available for sale. So if we really enjoy the game and we like the way it plays, then we can purchase it. And that's one of the things I really like about board game convention events is they give you an opportunity to play a game, and then if you really enjoy it, you could purchase it. One of the frustrating things is when you are introduced to a game, you really like it. It hits thematically for you, or it really like the game mechanics, or you can envision your game group back home wanting to play it, and then it's not available. It's only available for pre-order, or they're sold out, or and these things happen, and that's fine. But yeah, so we're looking forward to that. I am looking forward to seeing all of those are going to be there. I'll catch up with Danielle Reynolds, the designer of Her Story, and her newest game, Caution Signs, that'll be released at Origins. It was pre-released at the UK Games Expo. We talked about that briefly. A couple of other folks that I'm looking forward to running into in the board gaming community is Adam, our good friend Adam, Tabletop Vibes. He'll be there. So that'll be fun. Jerry, Mr. Tabletop Worldwide himself. He'll be coming for his first Origins Game Fair ever. Met him at Gen Con a few years ago, and then we bunked together for Tennessee Game Days, and he and Adam were both featured guests on the Tennessee Game Days episode. So make sure to go back and listen to that one before you go to Origins, before you meet them both, if you haven't met them before. Also, our friend Kristen Mott from Family Board Gaming, she's going to be there. She's got a new game that'll be coming out soon, Insectarium. Really looking forward to getting an opportunity to play that with her. That'll be fun. Catherine Dowell will be there. Yeah, a lot of friends are going to be there. Looking forward to seeing all of you. Just found out that, well, yeah. So that'll be exciting. There's a lot of folks. It's going to be good. It'll be great. Gabe will be there from Games with Gabe. He'll be at Origins. He's got a special promotional he's doing, so that'll be fun. And I think Gen Con will be his first Gen Con this year. One of the things I'd like to take this time to talk about is preparing for a gaming convention and the experience as a whole. Recent conversation with folks, Gareth talking to them at UK Games Expo, folks here in America who were asking about, hey, it's my first time going to Games Expo, Origins, Gen Con, take your pick, Geekway of the West in St. Louis. It's first time going to a gaming convention. How should I prepare? What should I do? Well, the first thing I always do, honestly, up front, I always refer everybody to episode 1 of our show. If you remember, we talked about, Gareth and I introduced ourselves to the world, our show, and we talked about preparations for conventions as a whole. We covered everything, shoes and water and whatnot. How much to walk, make sure you eat, make sure you take a shower, use deodorant, all the things, all the, the whole litany of advice for a convention. But something that I've been personally thinking about recently is the experience as a whole. I realize that no matter how I describe the convention to you, while I can describe it as accurately as possible, and you will get there and you'll be like, oh, yes, PJ and Gareth did say to expect this and this and this. Nothing can prepare you for the emotional shock. Shock is not the right word. The initial overwhelming feeling that one gets when you walk into the vendor hall for the first time. We all know what a vendor hall looks like. We all know what a convention hall looks like. We know what to expect, right? But never fails, it's overwhelming for your first time. I think a lot of it, and this gives me a little bit of a pause, a lot of it is that the majority of the members of our community feel pressured by no one in particular. They always feel pressured to see everything and do everything, right? Kind of the nature of the content creation community is mobilizing that feeling of FOMO, right? The fear of missing out. And I think it's just in general. I think we as a community have unintentionally created an atmosphere that lends itself to feelings of, I've got to do it all. I've got to see it all. And the reality is, you don't. I typically tell folks, be prepared to be overwhelmed and just allow it to wash over you. You're going to have fun if you just roll with it, right? So being flexible is very important. It is really important to be flexible with your emotions and with your time so that you can enjoy it. I think everyone would agree we would rather you just enjoy your time and enjoy your experience, whatever it is you're doing, and get the most out of that rather than focusing on what it is you're missing out on. Because the reality is we can't do it all, right? And some have tried. Present company included, on occasion, make that mistake. You get worn out. And then, of course, if you remember last week's episode, Gareth did a day and a half at the UK Games Expo and tried to squeeze it all in. It's just not good for your mental health, and your fatigue will just set in, right? It's not a good thing, but there it is anyway. So yeah, you're going to see everybody and it's going to be great. I'm going to see everyone. I can't wait. One of the things that I really love about Origins Game Fair, one of the things I look forward to the most is that it has everything that Gen Con has, that even Essen to a degree, but it's all condensed, right? So it's one big hall that's kind of subdivided between open gaming / board game library, which is a model that if I had my way, all conventions would follow. Open gaming and the board games library should be together. I love that. I really love it, right? So you can bring games and play them yourself, or you can check a game out of the library and play it from their collection and then return it when you're done. I love that it's right there. And then adjacent to that is the events area. So you have to walk through the events area to get to the open gaming. And that's great too, because then you can step away, go to an event that you scheduled, and then go back to the open gaming. Perfection. And then there's the vendor hall. But it's all together. You don't have to walk from building to building. You don't have to go across a pedestrian bridge. You don't have to walk outside in the 90-degree heat. It is the summertime now. Gen Con in August, Indianapolis. Whew, man, not looking forward to that, but there it is. But you don't have to do that. And that's the beauty of Origins, and that's what I look forward to. So I'll get to see the vendors. I'll get to see my friends. I'll get to play some games. Yeah, so we've got Dabawala from Queen Games, which is coming out this summer. We're really looking forward to playing that. And if it's really good, we're going to buy it. There's no doubt. Looking forward to playing Insectarium with Kristen. That should be a lot of fun. For those of you who are content creators, hopefully you've gotten press pass access on Thursday. Jerry from Tabletop Worldwide, we've got a chat group on Instagram, and he was bringing this up too. So I hope our content creators take full advantage of this. You get in a little early on Thursday, an hour earlier, and so you get to meet with some of the vendors and the publishers ahead of time to help create your content, which I think is lovely. I really like that. I think Gareth talked about it last week, is that UK Games Expo that Thursday, if you have a press pass, and it seems like they're really open about who gets a press pass. I noticed that there's a little bit more strict rules in some of the larger conventions here in town, here in the United States, in town, right? Yeah, there's so many conventions right here in central Illinois. But yeah. So take advantage. Do it. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be awesome. So you can get that content in, get that out of the way early in the morning. That way you can spend time with your friends and play some games and take a few pictures for more content later. Definitely want to manage that. And all the while you're doing this, vendors, meeting people, gaming, scheduling events, creating content, doing interviews, whatever you're up to, please make sure that you drink enough water. Got to stay hydrated. That is so important. And apparently, as we learned from our friend Craig, get into games, make sure you have a good pair of shoes, because he apparently wore through the soles of his shoes at the expo last 2 weeks ago. He even posted some pictures of that. Just the sole of his shoes were just worn out. So make sure you've got good shoes. Make sure you've got water handy, staying hydrated and staying rested, and you will have a great time. No doubt about it. So, yeah. So we're really looking forward to that. I'm sorry that you've had to listen to me prattle on alone. Yeah, Meeple solo episode here. But Origins Games Game Fair, Columbus, Ohio. This Thursday is the first day. Again, I will be there on Friday. We're staying all day. We've got the one event. We're not staying overnight. So make sure to find us. Make sure you look for me at Origins. I've got brand new Meeple to Meeple stickers that I'll be giving away. Come find me. Let's take a selfie together. I'm really bad at that. I always forget to take pictures with folks. I'm happy to see you. And then I spend all my time visiting with you and playing games, and I forget to take a picture, and then it's over. I'm like, man, I wish I had a picture with so-and-so. So if you see me, make sure that we take a picture together. And come and get a Meeple to Meeple sticker before we change our logo. Yeah, so it's going to be really good. We've got some big things coming up. I'd like to say thank you to everyone on Instagram. Recently, we just hit 1,000 followers. I know that's not a big deal, but we humble little show. 1,000 of you following us on Instagram is really incredible, and Gareth and I are truly grateful to all of you. So that's a big moment for us. But like I said, this is episode 85, so we've got 15 more episodes. We will hit episode 100, and I think that's going to be our big celebratory moment. And Gareth and I have discussed several things that we're going to do. he and I both have some items for giveaways. We're just trying to work that out, right? Our life schedules have just been really hectic lately. So be on the lookout sometimes at the end of the year, giveaways, a new logo, and we've got some big changes coming to the show, hopefully, that we can extend our reach even further. Um, so, yeah, that'll be exciting. I will also, anyone can help me. You want to do me a favor is we want to be on the lookout for a game called Slide. Now, Gareth talked about it on last week's episode. And apparently, I jokingly say everyone at the UK Games Expo played this game. Apparently, it's 2 to 6 players, and everyone regretted not buying a copy. So I'm like, well, who bought a copy? Right? Because it's like everyone played it, but no one had a copy. Gareth said he wished he would have bought a copy, and Craig said he wished he would have bought a copy, and everyone else said that it's the one game they wish they regretted not buying. So I'm looking for this game. So if you find a copy of Slide at Origins Games Fair and you find me, again, I'll only be there on the Friday, please let me know, because that's the one game I'm really looking to grab. I've got some non-gamers at a work conference, and I think it's going to be a perfect addition to the games that I'm going to bring to introduce to people. So Slide. Don't know who it's by. I don't remember. Gareth probably said it in last week's episode. I should have done a little bit more research. But again, I woke up and it was like, I got a message from Gareth saying it's Father's Day. He's with his family. Can you record? And like I said, I reached out to a few people to see if they'd be willing to chat and talk about Origins. And it was like, it's Father's Day for everyone and they're doing family things. Um, so yeah, without that, so Slide we're looking for. Come get a sticker from me this Friday at Origins. Be there. It's going to be exciting. There is construction around the North Market. For those of you who don't know, not right across the street, maybe a block or two off of the convention center in Columbus is the North Market, which is a fantastic place to grab a bite to eat. Lots of different vendors, just amazing North Market. But apparently there's doing some construction in the parking lot, so there's going to be so you'll have to be directed around back, so be aware of that. For those of you who are going to be at Origins for 4 days, our good friend Laura, obsessed with board games, she'll be working the all play booth along with Ascadelia. So I'm looking forward to seeing Laura again. We love her. She's good friend of the show. Met her at Gen Con last year. So be sure to go to All Play and say hi to Laura. Also, Ascadelia, I'm looking forward to meeting her finally. Again, Tabletop Worldwide, Tabletop Vibes, they'll be there. I believe that Brian from 9 to 6 Games is going to be there. There's a whole group of folks that are going to be there. So find your friends, play some games, have fun, and don't worry if you don't see everything. It's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be fantastic. For those of you staying for the 4 days, I'm jealous. Here's my FOMO because I'm only getting able to squeeze in 1 day. But, we do what we can. So, really looking forward to seeing all of you. I want to extend my gratitude to all of our followers on Instagram one more time. I'd also like to say that Gareth and I are grateful to all of you for listening to the show, for tuning in each week. I'm particularly grateful to you all for having to listen to me. Right? I know Gareth's so busy and I have to go on my own or get somebody to fill in, and y'all been pretty grateful. Y'all been pretty gracious and pretty excited about that. But we've got big things coming down the line. There's going to be some interesting things happening this summer because our schedules are getting busy. So we're trying to stay consistent and dropping episodes so that you have something to look forward to and to listen to. So thanks again, everybody. I can't wait to get to Origins. I can't wait to see you. It should be a lot of fun. So, hey guys, don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Meeple2Meeple. You can also find me at the _Cajun_gamer. and at boardgame meeple on Instagram for Gareth, right? Also want to quickly remind you about going to Dragon Dawn Productions, DDP, Dragon Dawn Productions, ddpgames.com. Ren Multimaki, interviewed him last week, was a bonus episode. There's a discount code, Meeple2Meeple, the number 2, all one word, 10% off anything you purchase there. He sent us a couple of other games. We played a really cool cooperative 2-player game. That was kind of exciting. We do have a game that requires more than like 3 to 6 players, and we haven't had a chance to hit that to the table yet. But that's coming out. His game for Done. We'll be hitting Kickstarter in July, so look forward to that as well. We do have a couple of designers that we'll be interviewing here pretty soon over the summer. So be on the lookout for that. Again, Origins, come see me. Take a picture. Let's get a sticker. Let's make friendships. Let's follow each other. It's going to be awesome supporting one another at Origins Game Fair. Bye, guys. Thanks, everyone, for listening. Please subscribe. And as always, we love to hear your thoughts and ideas. So make sure to leave those in the comments. And don't forget, you can also chat with us both on Instagram at Meeple2Meeple.